Hi, everyone. I'm here. It's Mary Blocker from Mary's Stampin' Cafe. I am so glad I'm able to come on. Can you hear me? Say something. Let me know that you can hear me. It has been a crazy time in the Pacific Northwest. It has been raining nonstop, huge sustained winds, and ooh, gusts of wind, power lines down, trees down, and I'm so glad. Hey, Marlene. Hey, Becky White. Hey, Marie. Can you guys hear me? I'm just writing down names. You know, my giveaways I'm going to do. You can hear me? Becky, thanks so much for sharing on Facebook. Nampa, Idaho. My husband grew up, I don't know if I told you, in Weiser, Idaho. Yeah, great. I'm so glad you guys can hear me. Like I was saying, it's just like crazy weather, but gonna get cold tonight. I think we might even hit like 30 degrees, they say, but I don't know. But this is my first week, my first Monday of the next 8 Mondays. Gonna do holiday card and I'm gonna do giveaway. It's just so much fun, you know, it's that season, it's that time. And I couldn't have picked the perfect timing, you know. We have the seasonal sale that starts tomorrow. 10% off cardstock, 15% off inks, and 20% off dies, all from the annual catalog for 3 days only. So that's awesome. I mean, you know, we can always stock up on our cardstocks for sure. That's on my list, all these cardstocks I need. But anyway, so thanks for joining me, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and transition so we can see my, let me get this right. Me and stamping surface. There we go. I'm going to transition. So one of the things that's really interesting is that we are coming to not only the time of the seasonal sale, but the last chance sale starts December 1st. And that's for the retiring products in the July to December mini. And today I am going to be doing a card with the Stars Are Shining bundle. That has this stamp set in it, and then a punch that punches out all the beautiful stars. And so I was looking at this page here, and this card right here has where they punched out a circle of the stars and underneath it put some designer series paper. And that gave me a little bit of my inspiration today. And I'm also using, right here on page 23 of the July to December mini, is the Silver Foil 12 by 12 specialty pack. You get 3 pieces of 12 by 12, and I just wanted to show you the 2. I don't know if you can see on this one, it kind of has like the brushed kind of pewter color. It's brushed. I don't know if you can see that. And then this one is a smooth, almost a slight purple hue. And I'm using that as well. And so let's get to the card. And hey, if you guys haven't given a like yet, make sure you like and that you're subscribed and that you've hit that bell, because one other thing, we have the Start With Savings Starter Kit, $75. And you get $125 of free products. Now think about that in the next 3 days, 16th, 17th, the 16th, 17th, and 18th. With the discounts on those other types of products, you could even get more for your buck by joining up during those 3 days. So awesome that. All right, so I did say I'm using the Star Punch, and then here's the Stars Are Shining stamp set. It's a good one. Hey, Nichelle, welcome. It's a really nice one. I like the joy to the world and celebrate the wonder. The stars are shining brightly. And of course, there's this cute little twinkle, twinkle little star. So I was thinking, boy, wouldn't that be really cute using the stars and things and making up a baby card? That would be really great with this set. It's very, you know, it looks very Christmassy, but think outside the box and other things that you could do. And so that's what we're doing here tonight. So let's talk about all these pieces I have. I've got all sorts of things in here, you guys. So I have a piece of Highland Heather. It's just an A2 size card. Let me put my pen down. You like my little pen? It's my little Stampin' Up! Pen with a diamond tip on there. it was from backstage in the summer for a leaders conference. It was one of our gifts. It's kind of fun. Standard card, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. This is Highland Heather. And then I have a layering piece of Fresh Freesia. And then I also have the layering pieces for inside the card. This is the basic white at 3 3/4 by 5, and this is 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside layers, like so. I like giving an extra little something on the inside by adding that extra layer. It's always great. Okay, now I actually have a piece of 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 square of that beautiful silver foil. It's the smooth piece that almost looks like it has a little slight tint of purple in it. And then I have a 3 by 3 square of the Highland Heather. And then when I was cutting out the silver foil, I ended up with some strips from it. And so it was a long strip, and I just cut it in half and then made it the length of what the card would be, thinking I could use it. So that's what I'm going to do there. All right. And so tonight I'm thinking about using this beautiful Highland Heather sparkle ribbon. And I'm not quite sure that I am going to use it because I have these strips. And so you have to help me, you guys. So I want you to tell me while I'm working on the card, and I'll ask again, should I use the ribbon or should I use the strips, okay? And the giveaway I'm doing tonight, my first giveaway, is a fresh, brand new of the Highland Heather sparkle ribbon. Now, this ribbon is spectacular. Especially if you're thinking about some holiday cards and you want to do something non-traditional. Purples and pinks are so awesome for some non-traditional colors. And so that'll be a great prize for you. Okay, the ribbon is pretty, Becky. I know. Maybe you'll be lucky and get to win it. All right, you guys, my brain is so saturated. Anybody that lives, Marie and Nichelle, you guys know, our brains are saturated. It is so wet and so wicked out, and now it's going to get cold tonight. Brr. That's all I have to say. So now I'm simply going to take my Fresh Freesia ink and stamp the beautiful snowflakes on opposite corners here, just like that. That's all I'm going to do with that. Well, not true. I'm going to bring in this piece for the inside, and I am going to stamp my snowflakes on the inside here too, just because they're so pretty. All right. You know what? Let's stamp them again. Because I'm going to punch them out. Now, you can use the star punch and just punch out cardstock ones, but the beauty of this is that you can punch out your stars after you stamp them. So let's take a look at that. So what I did is I took a look at my punch on the side I'm going to punch, and this is a real good tip for you, especially if you have a multi-punch. And I noticed this big star is straight up and down. So when I stamped my star stamp, I made sure this star was straight up and down. We have that like in our daisy punch. We have it also in our like penguin builder punch and other things like that. And I'm going to grab my readers, you guys, for this, because you want to think about with this, how do I line up all these stars? And let me give you a hint. This big star right here and this star right next to it, those are the stars that I look at to line up. And once I know those are lined up, I'm not going to try to look at all the other stars. I just want to look at those two stars, make sure I have them lined up where I want them. And then I go ahead and I punch. And look at all those fun stars that come out. Now, here's something I want you guys to see though. Very strange. Can you see this little star right here and that little one right there? So on the stamp, that little star right there and that little guy, they don't punch out. Isn't that funny? I thought that is the strangest thing ever. Because when I punched them, I said, oh, the punch didn't get those, but they don't punch out. I mean, that's okay. It's just kind of weird. So anyway, I have all these fun stars just like that. And I'm going to set those aside. So now we're going to use our punch again. But this time I'm going to bring my Highland Heather punch in. And I want to, Highland Heather paper, excuse me. I want to make sure that I'm doing this in the center as much as I can. So I'm going to look at the side of my punch to make sure I'm top and bottom centered, and then I can just kind of feel it on the side, make sure I'm straight, make sure I'm centered, and now I'm going to punch the purple, the Highland Heather. Now I don't worry about those ones that didn't punch out of this because I didn't stamp them. It's just a blank paper, right? And so this now is going to be a window of the stars onto that beautiful foil paper. Now I'm going to set these purple ones aside and have those there because there's something I want to do. I am going to lay this down, center it where I'm going to want it on here, and then I'm going to take a couple of my stamped stars and I'm going to put them right back in where they go. I'm going to do that one, and I'm going to do this one right here. I just want to give a couple of stars, so this is what I need to do. I'm going to turn these over. I'm going to put a bit of liquid glue on them. And I want to make sure I'm going to kind of spread it around. This is where I need my silicone mat, so I'm not getting glue on my mat. The silicone mat is so great because the glue peels right off, and you can put your silicone mat right there and do your gluing and then set it aside, right? Yeah, I'm not that smart. Okay, now I've got to put this back about where I think I'm going to put it and just hold it. I don't want to put any adhesive or anything. I'm going to raise the purple up with dimensionals. So then I'm going to just put this guy right down where he belongs. And then I'm going to take this one and lay it down right where it belongs. And then make sure it's straight, because then I'm going to lift up my purple and push that star down. Lift this one up and push that star down. And now I can simply press it down and press this one down. And that's where I want them to be, so that now when I go ahead and I put my dimensionals on the back of here, they'll be lined up. Or so I say they'll be lined up. Oh, let's see. Never noticed this punch. Oh, I know. So something I can tell you is I believe, yes, I'm very certain, that this star punch, I can't be for certain on the actual stamp set, but on the star punch, it's going to carry over. That means when the January to June catalog is July to December. See, my brain's already jumping to our new catalog coming out in January. When the July to December catalog is retired, there are products that carry over that will be in the next annual catalog. And I know the star punch is one of those. Now I know I'm being a bit excessive on the on this piece, but I want to make sure that it doesn't bow down onto the silver. I want to make sure that it stays up. So I am just giving a little extra of my dimensionals here. And I'm going to go crazy here, just popping them off. Yeah, so I can share that the Last Chance, the sale on the retiring products from the July to December, begins on December 1st. Some things are discounted up to 50% off. And most of those things are like particular dyes, things like that. that are retiring. Now I just want to lay this. I got to come real close here so I can see and get right over top. Nope, nope, nope. Guys, this is going to come out of the window, okay? Because I have to get right over top of this so I can lay this right. Let me put my readers back on. But yeah, so items can be up to 50% off, and that's mostly just some of the die things. And, well, this is a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. Thought this was going to turn out really easy to do. Not so much. Not so much. All right, that just is not working for me, you guys. Oh my goodness. Let me try this one more time. I'm just making a mess. Yeah, so that's December 1st. And when I was looking, I mean, there's not tons of things that are okay, you know what, you guys? Never mind. I don't like that. Let me just come back with this. Hi, see this pretty thing right here? Now I should try to see if I can get these down in there, right? Because I think that's probably the way to go, is you do that and then you stick them in there and you try to get them under there, lined up how you want them. I think that's the way to go with that. So I'm going to try that. Oh, this is terrible. I wasn't going to have them at all. I was just going to leave it like that, but I thought it looked so pretty having the fresh freezer star come in. I thought it would be so pretty just over top of it. Let me try it with this guy. Just kind of lay it down in there. Get it laying in there. Press it down. Press it down. And then just use my tip of my scissor. Get that where I want it. There we go. See how he's poking out there like that? Isn't that pretty? So now the only other one that would make sense would be to put this one in, I think. Oh, and that's a big one, but we're going to try it. Just because it's fun. Anybody else have a better idea for me that would maybe would have worked out easier than what I'm doing? I'm going to just come in here and move this around. I just thought it would be pretty to put them back in. There we go. Let's see if we can get this big guy in there. It's like the game Operation, you know, where you're trying to go in and not touch them anywhere, so it doesn't buzz on you. Well, I'm getting buzzed all over the place. Beep, beep, buzz, buzz, buzz. Well, I know something you guys aren't going to do after this, right? You're not going to do this. This is crazy. But I'm so glad you're sticking with me, because it will look good when we're done. There we go. There we go. One more little part. There. Whoop. Now we moved a little bit. Let's move them back. There, you guys. I got them in there. I got those two in there. And then we're going to take a little Winkastella. And we're going to Winkastella these guys in here. You can't go wrong with sparkly Winkastella. Am I right? Oh, yeah, you're right. About putting a thicker piece of cardstock. Yeah. Between them, that would be a good idea. All right. So we got that. Winkastella'd up. That's all good. Now, let's get this going. So I am just going to, okay, so here's my thought, and you guys need to weigh in on this. So I was going to have this layer here like so. Why is something odd about this? I don't think this is cut at 5.5. Let me measure, because I don't think that's 5.5. Look at that, you guys. It is not a 5.5 piece of cardstock. Uh-huh. I just knew the card was kind of oddly long. There we go. All right, so we have this layer going like this. Then I'm going to have this here. My sentiment is going to go here. So the question is, here are the strips, the same silver foil that I have there on the square. So I was going to do that. Or I was going to bring the ribbon around here, like so. And then tie it into like a knot right over here. Next to it, it'd be like a knot. And then my sentiment here, and it's going to be embossed silver. So you need to tell me, am I using the foil strips or the sparkly ribbon? Which would you like me to use? That's your choice. Now while you're figuring that out, I am going to get my sentiment ready. Am I using my foil strips or the pretty sparkly ribbon? Oh gosh, we already have ribbon. Ah, that was easy. Okay, let me do that. Okay, so if you are stamper with me, you know I do. What? Oh gosh, sorry you guys. There we go. Get some ribbon on there. This helps not get such thickness on your card. And then this is going to come around here. I want to make sure my layout. Yep, that's good. And then I'm going to come around. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim this. Now I can put the rest of the card front down. This is such pretty Highland Heather ribbon, really pretty. So pretty. I'm going to put that down like that. I'm going to put this down. Then the question is, does that get dimensionaled or just like that? But I want to take another piece of this, slip it right here. And then right off to the side, it's going to get a knot. And when I do, I kind of roll it around to try to get it to have a little bit nicer knot there, but I didn't do it that time. And where are my ribbon scissors? My goodness. They're always sitting in my cup. Oh, they are sitting in my cup. They're just hiding. Oh, that's better. Now that we have that, that's got to come right to the edge, because then this is going to tuck right in here like so. And I like how the bow is coming over it. So since I have it like that, I think I am going to use dimensionals for it. Has anybody been working on their Christmas cards? Now, because I have this ribbon going across the center of my card, I am not putting any dimensionals along the center of this because I don't want it to bow outwards, and that's what'll happen. That ribbon has thickness, right? And it will make it kind of be a little wonky through the center if I do. So I don't want to. I want to leave it open and then put this right in. I do want that centered from the sides of the card. And I'll go ahead and put that down. And so that's looking kind of fun. I don't know, you know, this is kind of reminding me a little bit of kind of a Hanukkah feel to it. I don't know if anybody else is getting that, but I am. This was kind of odd. I don't know why I thought of that, but I did. I'm going to put my center together. There we go, and pop that in. And then the last thing we'll have to do is our sentiment. And this will be done. And I might share another card with you from the stars from a stamping friend of mine, Tina. And I'll show you what she did with it. I could even take a little star and put it in here. That'd be cute. That'd be cute. I think I'll do that. Just to pop it right on top of the others that are stamped. That'll be fun. Doesn't have to be the same star. Can just pop right there. There. All right, let's talk about our sentiment. I decided that I'm going to use the one that says the stars are brightly shining. So let me bring this over. And I need my Versamark. I'm going to keep my Versamark out of view, you guys. No, I'll show you. Look at that Versamark pad. That's what happens when you do some wanting to emboss a particular color, but not having that color. And so you stamp into your Versamark, and then you stamp onto a stamp pad, and then you repeat the process, and it gets all dirty. But that's okay. You just put more Versamark on it, and it'll be totally fine. And you can really see right there. So that's another thing about Versamark, right? It's tone on tone. Have a little bit of over. Need my little tiny paintbrush. That's all right. Okay, so then we set that aside. I'll grab my heat tool, and we want to think about just holding it till it starts to melt. Once it starts to melt, I can slowly start moving it. My R looks a little funny. All right, and so what will happen, it'll start to curl up your cardstock. So I'll just take a little bit of my liquid glue there and give a little squirtsy. Probably, ooh, lots of squirts. It would have been better to do that before I put it onto the front of the card, but that's no problem. I can get it to undo that by heating the back side of the card, and that will take care of that. So this was my first holiday card for my Mondays, my 8 Mondays of holiday cards. The stars are shining brightly, very fun. Non-traditional Christmas colors. I love doing that. Let me go ahead and put this aside, and you're done with mine. It's a 6-pointed star, yep. You want to make more. You're done with yours? Wow. You are lickety-split, all done with your Christmas cards. Okay, so here's another one. This is Twinkle Twinkle Christmas Star. Oh, yes, it's Christmas Star, so we can't do a baby. Oh, that's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Oops, Christmas Star. But isn't that pretty? This is the Whimsy Designer Series paper, the specialty. And then here's her stars done in, I think, Night of Navy, and then punched out. And then here's using the duo stars on one part of the embossing folder, and then plaid on the other side, and a diagonal. So that was a pretty one that she did there. I thought that was great. So there's a couple of cards using the Stars Are Shining bundle, the punch and the stamp set. I'm going to switch back over, guys. There we are. Ooh, that made me warm. Why did that make me warm? I'm just going to go ahead and pop the embossing powder. Sorry about that. Back in the container, and there's my holiday card to share with you guys today. And I want you to know that down in the description after this, I'll have information on the seasonal sale. I'll have information on, my Coffee Oasis fundraiser for November orders. Oh, so that's great. I forgot. If you place your order in November using the host code that's right there, and my link will have that host code already attached, a $25 order gets you double loyalty bucks with me. My 25% commission is going to go to our local charity organization called Coffee Oasis in my local area. And then I'll also be sending you a little stamping gift. So yay! So get those seasonal sale items. It's just a wow win-win, right? Anyway, so who is going to get this beautiful, beautiful ribbon today? Well, you guys, I've got all your names down, and I've got your a number next to your name. Right? And so I am going to pull out my numbers. Oh, where are my numbers? Let me grab my numbers. Here they are. And let me make sure I just have you guys here. I've got Marlene. I've got Marie. I've got Crafty Addie. I've got Nichelle. Becky. I've got Becky. Okay. I've got everybody. All right. Okay, let me get in here. And who's going to get this beautiful purple ribbon? Oh, it's so pretty. And it is, let's see, what did I pick? Number 6. Well, no number 6. Can't do it. We have a small but mighty group here, right? Small but mighty group. Number 2. Oh, number 2 is Marie Swanson. Marie, you just won that purple sparkly ribbon. Yay. That's awesome. And so that will be for Marie. And you guys, guess what? On my video, my YouTube video, I'm just gonna tell you, I had a subscriber live party for my subscribers, and they had until the 15th of November to claim their prizes that they won, my giveaways, and none of them claimed their prizes. So guess what? Go over, find that video. It was just last week. Find that live video, Party for Subscribers, and leave a comment in there, because I said anybody who comments through this week will be put in for the prizes that I had done for my subscribers. But you know what? If the subscribers aren't going to come back during the live party, they can't win, right? So you can win. All right? Okay, you guys, do me a favor. Be sure to share and like. Hey, let me know what you'd like to see me do for next Monday. You can comment and say, oh, I'd love to see you do something with this particular set, right? I'd love to do that. So let me know, and I'll go ahead and do that. So I am going to say good night, and I'm going to say see you next Monday. And if you want, I'm on Facebook Lives on Wednesday at 6 o'clock Pacific time as well. And so until next time, you guys, happy stampin'.